Reverend Sharpton. Stop. This is what makes people like us start to feel we're real important. To Reverend Sharpton and Reverend Richardson, the great leaders of this National Action Network, and former Mayor Koch, for coming this morning and being a friend of mine for over 30 years, to Controller Bill Thompson, and to Borough President Carrion, Assemblyman Diaz, to everyone who is here, thank you so much in this first week for this resounding turnout and this incredible support of this state and whatever I can do to try to ameliorate problems that are hurting this state from Buffalo to Montauk Point, from Brooklyn to Messina. We are going to turn this state around and give every child in this state the education it needs to go on and be an active, productive worker in our society. What I would want to stress thank you. What I would want to stress this morning is that it is the Easter season, and would like to wish all of you a happy Easter. And it is at this time that we must give gratitude for all that we have, and gratitude for the Lord that allows us to get up and come out every day and be an active human being and to help other human beings each day that we live. We have to give gratitude for our faith, and when we think of our faith, we think of the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 15 and 16 that say, "Let your light shine on them that they will know and give glory to God." And chapter 6, verse 20 that says, "It is by your fruits ye shall know them." Meaning that fighting to eradicate poor housing is an article of faith. That trying to build a better educational system is doing the same work that we preach and practice in our religious institutions. That regardless of what religion you may actually espouse yourself, that trying to clean up our healthcare system so that it's affordable is actually doing the work that is our faith. And that the truest faith of all is the faith in pursuit of justice. And so I come here to thank all of you who may not be in elective office, who may not have a title, who may not be in an influential situation or a decision-making capacity, but come out here every week to try to make life a little easier and a little fairer for all of those citizens who are disenfranchised or disallowed from some of New York's great facilities. Our desire is to try to bring that kind of fairness to government. I was in Rochester, New York the other day. Rochester is going through a difficult time, and we are infusing a lot of money in what is an upstate revitalization fund. And the mayor of Rochester, Bob Duffy, and the head of the Rochester Business Alliance, Sandy Parker, and the head of Rochester Institute of Technology, who is Bill Dazzler, they had a conversation with me, and they said, we want to make sure that a New York City politician can help those of us who are having this turmoil upstate. Because in Rochester, they have a dropout rate of 39%. It is the highest in the state. And they wanted to know if you from New York City could help solve the problems in Western New York. And I told them that I thought I could. And they said, well, you're not the first elected official from New York City that came up here and said that they were going to help and ignored us. And I finally just had to tell them, you have to understand, I'm from a part of New York City that no other elected official statewide has ever come up here. You have to understand that elected officials from New York City didn't only miss Rochester or Syracuse or Buffalo, places like Watertown and Waterville, places like Plattsburgh and Lake Placid. Sometimes they missed places 6 blocks away from where they lived when they were campaigning. And we have had people very close to us come right up here and tell us what they would hopefully do for the citizens of the city and the state, and unfortunately, those promises were not kept. So what I'm here to tell all of the citizens of this state, whether they come from Montauk Point or Roosevelt, Long Island, whether they come from Brooklyn or the South Bronx, whether they come from the Catskill region or the far reaches of the North Country, or the extensions of Chautauqua and Cattaraugus County in Western New York, that our faith that has guided us to seek justice is not going to abandon us when we have decision-making capacity. And so just as it is always important not to forget where you came from, which I will not do, it is also important not to exclude anyone else in the way we were excluded for so many years by others. And so on this Easter weekend, I just want to thank all of you for your service, all of the times that you have come to help others you didn't even know, families who were in crisis, families you'd never met, people who were downtrodden, but there is no one downtrodden in the eyes of the Lord. And in that respect, I wish you a happy Easter, and God bless the great state of New York. Thank you very
much. Many people will be asking in Radio Land how David overcame and made it to this place. But you heard him quote the scriptures today. He gives this Easter weekend tribute to his faith and tribute to God. Well, I never could have made it. That's David Paterson's story. I never would have made it without you. God knows I would have lost it all. But now I see the Lord was there for me, and I can say you're stronger, you are wiser, Paterson, you're better, so much better. Just look back from all the things God has brought you through, and just realize you could not have done it without Him. So we say we never could have made it. Oh no, never would have made it without you. You know, Billy Thompson, man, Koch said 78, he had me arrested. Today we sitting on the stage together. I know he didn't know then I'd be here. I didn't know he'd be there. But I don't take credit, Mayor Koch, because I never would have made it.